The Pariah Nexus second trailer has just been revealed to us, and boy oh boy, do we have a lot to discuss here. What we saw in the trailer was epic and horrifying, at least to humanity and the Imperium. A salamander killing Imperial guardsmen? What the hell is happening here? Did the Necrons succeed in the reversal biotransference? And what is the series going to reveal to us about the threat of the undying space robots? Let's get into it. Let's begin with introducing the Pariah Nexus zone. In the Nephilim Sector, which is plagued by Necron tomb worlds and is now a zone of silence where psychers and chaos are repelled. The Indomitus Crusade has entered there and now is out of contact. So the Pariah Nexus, a haunting sector shrouded in mystery, harbors an unsettling secret. The Necrons, an ancient and enigmatic race, they have managed to replicate the Pariah gene's effects on a very vast scale through a network of Blackstone Pylons. This anomaly caused a pause over human colonization efforts there, leading to the dramatic premise of the series. So in the midst of this grim tapestry, the Necron mastermind Illuminor Szeras stands as the central antagonist, a figure of both intelligence and malevolence. Szeras wields the dark art of biotransference, responsible for the Necrons' transition from flesh into mechanical forms. And despite being despised for his deceitful role in this transformation, Szeras' brilliance is undeniable, marking him as a formidable threat with ambitions that transcend time. The Pariah Nexus itself has become a battleground, a conflict against the inscrutable forces of the Necrons. As the enigmatic zone nullifies the manifestation of chaos and saps the vitality of those dwelling within it, Imperial worlds have turned into ghostly husks, drawing humanity into a struggle that will define their very survival. Amid this grim conflict, a disturbing transformation unfolds. The soldiers of this world, tainted by unseen influence of the Necrons, display unsettling changes that prompt even the noble Salamanders to undertake drastic measures. Mass executions become a grim necessity in the face of an unknown threat that seems to turn humanity's own warriors into something far more sinister. But what if it's the other way around? Since in the second trailer we saw only one salamander, and what if he was ripping the guardsmen into shreds for no apparent cause? What if he is the one that is tainted by Necron experimentation, and the guardsmen were the victims here? What if he is actually the one that has been captured and experimented on by Szeras, and the reverse biotransference is now a success? What if? To know more, we have to take a look at Szeras' history. Millions of years ago, during the War in Heaven, the Khitan Star Gods provided him with a lot of knowledge, and Illuminor Szeras translated it into reality. He pioneered biotransference, which he thought were the first steps towards his envisioned ultimate evolution, but this was later found out to be a ruse, and that the Khitan Star Gods only desired to feed on their souls, the souls of the Necron tier. After millions of years, his reawakening in the 41st and 42nd millennium, he has become obsessed with understanding biological life, and with the Silent King Zarek's return from self-imposed exile, this saw Illuminor Szeras joining him to undo biotransference, a path of enlightenment that Zarek had convinced him to embrace. Amidst the shadows of the Pariah Nexus, the truth of Szeras' intentions remains elusive, as he forges grotesque alliances with forbidden sciences, and his malevolent hand shapes a future both terrifying and unknown. The Necron's arcane technologies, a wellspring of terror, holds the key to the heart of this tale, whether through the creation of unholy warriors or the very essence of reanimated death, or something even more terrifying. So to know more, we have to dive into Necron lore, something which is related to this. We will take a short look into another Necron, a cryptech called Oscan the Codifier. He has since the ancient days of the War in Heaven stand as a beacon of wisdom and counsel amidst the ruthless campaigns. However, a crucial matter sets Oscan apart: his vehement opposition to the concept of biotransference. When the Silent King Zarek sealed the deal with the Khitan to initiate this transformation, Oscan foresaw the dire consequences for the Necron tier, a perspective unrecognized by most: the loss of their souls and an undying punishment. So the biotransference took place nonetheless, and despite his opposition and perceived failure, Oscan's fidelity and loyalty to his dynasty and the Silent King persisted. As of now, in the 42nd millennium, he still believes that the biotransference could be undone. His radical concept was proposed, the transposing of Necron consciousness into resilient organic bodies. His research led him to a startling conclusion. The Astartes, the Emperor's finest, they possess the physical prowess, the only ones which are capable enough to accommodate a reawakened Necron consciousness. Though his search for a living space marine failed, the Cryptek has obtained the remains of fallen battle brothers from an outcast Inquisitor. Could this be the puzzle, the missing link around the upcoming series? It is clear that the human populations and guardsmen have been under experimentation in the worlds under the Pariah Nexus zone. Planets have been lost, and even ultramarine companies have been laid to rest. In the trailer we see a scene of a group of guardsmen hunting their own, another group that is suspected to have been transformed into abominations by the Necrons. But a few seconds later, we get the scene of a salamander executing a group of Kreek's guardsmen. Strange, the Death God of Kreek were actually the only regiments that are effective against Necrons. And the Kreek will never surrender. They would have killed themselves before being experimented on. So why oh why is the Salamander a marine from a chapter that cares for the unfortunate lives of the lesser men? Why is he killing them? They don't seem to be tainted at all. Now this might be heresy, but I'll say it and stand to be corrected when the series airs this fall. My theory goes like this. The Silent King has arrived and Szeras the Illuminator or Illuminor Szeras has bowed down before his master. They both have started to look more into the reversal of biotransference to give the Necrons the flesh and blood bodies they so desire. Well, aside from Trazyn and Imhotep who love their immortality. So they come into contact or are informed of Oskan's finding that the Astartes were the only ones with the physical prowess capable of holding the consciousness of a Necron. With all other humans and Xenos experimentations proving futile, actually turning the subjects into far worse outcomes than even the flayed ones. Now that the information of a viable candidate is assured, a salamander from somewhere in the vast expanse has been captured and the experiment is translated into a success. All this will be a hidden premise and won't be revealed till near the end. So time to test the results, insert the salamander into the fray amidst his battle brothers that have fallen on impact on the Thunderhawk aircraft, which also seems to be highly unlikely as they can land from space in drop pods and still be fit and fine. So emerging from it, the salamander assails and slaughters the guardsmen who initially thought of him as an angel of the Emperor. So this all will be the coming of the Necrons in a new light. Along with Leviathan, the Arks of Omen, and Gaskell, they will be an existential threat to humanity, something that the 10th edition will have to address. But then again, it could be as simple as an ultramarine, a salamander, a battle sister, and guardsmen fighting the awakened Necrons and their experimented humans that have turned into psychotic raging nulls. And they are also fighting the death-marked assassin sent by Szeras for some unknown reason, as if the battle was on the side of the Imperium from the start. Yeah, I could be wrong, but if I am proved correct, I will have a beer for this thought. So that's my take on the 2 trailers of the upcoming Pariah Nexus animated series. So we have come to an end to this video, and I see that many of you haven't subscribed yet. You know, it would do us a huge favor if you would only smash that red button, the subscribe one, and also like the video to push us through in the YouTube algorithm. And while you're at it, bang on that bell icon for notifications on new videos like this. Till the next time, take care, boys!